Can you wrap your head around you and your family members being exchanged for a horse? I mean, a horse, an animal. My goodness. Welcome to my YouTube channel, everybody. Today, I'd like to share a short story on how I went to Badagry for the first time. So I've always wanted to explore Nigeria, Africa, and the globe. However, money is important. I didn't used to earn as much or as well, but now I'm intentionally saving and curating memories that I will look back on years down the line, and I will be glad that I did visit or do this thing. So one of it is visiting Badagry. I went to Badagry on the 1st of March with the good people of the Good Time Gang. That is their name on Instagram. You can go search them out. They curated a trip for us. They put together a trip for us to Badagry. We went in a bus, AC bus from Lagos to Badagry. It was fun. It was interesting. I enjoyed myself. We had touched down in Badagry here, and I was saying, touch down Badagry. We had to stop to pick up our tour guide here. We visited at least 7 places, all the slave markets in Badagry, the points of no return in Badagry, and we basically learned the history of slavery in Nigeria, Badagry, the ports that slaves were shipped off, and all that. As you watch this video, you're going to see quite a number of things. For example, the origin of Black Friday. It was the day that black slaves, were sold on Friday. That is how Black Friday that we all know today, that is how it started. And my opening line was, can you imagine being sold for a horse? So that's what we were sold for. That's what human beings were sold for. We're sold for horses, we're sold for cannon powder, cannon guns, umbrella. Umbrella. Can you imagine being sold for an umbrella or for mirror or for jean? By the way, the umbrella, you're going to see the picture in this video. We were told that the person carrying the umbrella, if the person falls, if the umbrella falls from the person's hand, the person is killed. The umbrella is extremely heavy, guys. Not the ones that we have these days. Oh, it is heavy. I tried lifting it actually. It was extremely heavy. And slaves were fed only once in a day. This spot here is where they drink water from. They chain people. 40 people will try to be drinking water at the same time from that place. Come on. That's so inhumane. We visited the first story building in Nigeria, in Badagry. We visited, in that story building was Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther's room, where he translated the Bible from English to Yoruba. The ceilings, the zinc, the bricks that were used to build the house. We saw everything is still there. We saw the first chair in 18 something. I'm going to put up the picture. It's still there. So the Bibles are still there, the English version and Yoruba version. And by the way, we visited the first school in Nigeria, in Badagry, that was built in 18 something. And the ages of the men that we accepted into school was from 40 to 50 something. And women, children were not allowed into school. We also learned that families were separated when they get to slave markets. Father sent to sold to somebody in another country, mother in another country, children to another country, so they will never be able to reconnect and all that. My God, the story was touching, gruesome, and you wonder, why did human beings do this to themselves? That's the umbrella, guys. Why did human beings do this to themselves? We were sold for ceramic bowls, gin. It's so touching and so heart wrenching. Here we're about to take the boat to the point of no return. As I was saying, slavery, man, we can argue about it all day. It's still ongoing in a different way currently in the world right now. And I'd like to ask you a question. Do you think slavery can ever be completely abolished? I think now it is called human trafficking. So here we had gotten to our destination, going to point of no return. We had to take a bike there because if we were going to work, it was going to be stressful. This bike ride was very stressful, guys, because the place is extremely sandy. Almost, my phone was still on here and recording. We stopped at the well where we heard that slaves were told to drink water from there and they'll forget their memory. Definitely, just stay inside that water. I'll be waiting, you think. We've gotten to the point of no return here. This place, once they cross those two pillars, they are never coming back. They are put on ship, loaded up in different debts. And if the ship is overloaded, they throw people, human beings into the ocean and they are eaten by sharks and all that. Gosh, I'm grateful that I wasn't born in that era. Here I was enjoying some coconut water. I also met amazing people like Kadia too, my seat partner, Pascal, the dreamer, the photographer, Susan, Sheung, Uzoma, and so many people, including Benita. I cannot forget Benita. She's part of the Good Time Gang people who organized this trip. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the pictures. And if you need ginger to go to Badagry, here is your ginger. Bye.